What's going on, everybody? This is Lemon Drop 14E. In this episode, or this tutorial, whatever you want to call it, on Forza 5, I'm going to show you how to blend some colors into your flames. For those of you astute viewers, almost said students, for you astute viewers, you might know this is the Trans Am I painted in my flame tutorial on Forza 5. So I'm just going to take the car I've already put solid colors on and blend it a little bit. That way it can save some time. If you don't know how to do flames like these, go check out my other video. It's right there in the same playlist. It just shows you how to do the flames. If you know how to do flames but you don't know how to blend, this is the video for you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and quit talking. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to pick what color we want to start, and I'm going to start with doing a white beginning, I guess you can call it. But the very front is going to be white, and it's going to fade into yellow. So the front bumper I had painted orange just because that's what the flames were. I'm going to go ahead and paint that white. And now what we're going to do, you can do one of two things. You can use a square on this, or you can do a faded circle. Now, the issue with the faded circle is it's very hard to line up. So for now, I'm just going to use a regular square. And all I'm going to do is keep it white because that's the color we're starting with. Just going to make it really tall. And I'm going to move it all the way to the left. Pardon me. And we're just going to move it to about there. Now, if you look where that's going to come across the hood, that's going to be right at the bottom of those flames. We don't really want that. So we're going to spin it a little bit and move it a little bit to the left. Why is this not moving? Oh, it's all the way over to the left. Okay, I'll shrink it down. So I'm moving the x-axis right now to make it thinner. There we go. And now, if we go straight across the hood, we've got some room to play with. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it on the hood. But instead of keeping this wild angle on it, I'm going to straighten it back out and just go straight across the hood. So I'm going to go back to 0 on the spin. And move it right up and line it up to the dot. Since this is a square straight edge, it's very easy to line up, so no excuse for not doing it there. So I'm going to go ahead and line that up. Now I'm going to go back to the left side. And I'm going to grab a faded square. Now the way I'm doing this is a very easy way to do it. You can get as detailed as you want as far as getting shapes, like to mold it around the flames, but right now I'm just doing straight angles because that's the simplest way to fade your flames. Now if you remember, this angle of this stick here that is our white base on the left side was 18. So if I stand this up at 90, I'm going to have to add 18 to that and make it 108. So I'm going to go to 108.0, and that will ensure us that we have the same angle. That's not very detrimental if you don't have it, but I just like to have the same one. So I'm going to shrink it down. Oop, need to make it taller. There we go. And the reason I didn't want to make it, say, out to there was because we're going to have to bring this across the hood, and if we do that, our fade's going to get into the black. Even though it may not on the side, it's going to on the hood. And so what we're going to do is shrink this up to, let's go to an even 30. And we're going to put it right there. Now we're going to do the same thing we did before with the angled piece, put it on the hood. I'm going to have to stretch this one out. There we go, and we're going to spin this to 90. Move it all the way over here to the edge. And I just realized my original stick I put on here did not make it all the way across. So I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. There we go. Now, what you can see we've done here is we've got some white into the black a little bit. Now, that's not going to kill your flames, so don't panic. But all you gotta do is grab this here circle. Actually, better yet, let's grab the raindrop looking one. It's down from the kidney bean. We're gonna make it black, and all we're gonna do with this is just kind of fill in around where the black paint or the black base should show through, just so we clean up the faded look. So we're gonna size this pretty close, and this doesn't have to be on the money because it's gonna be really small in perspective with everything else. So just gonna make it small. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. Spin it just a fuzz. And there you go. So now it doesn't look like the white has gone into the background. It looks like it stays flush with the flames. We got the same little issue right here. I'm gonna have to make this really small though. Now I'm gonna go ahead and change this to a different color just so I can see where I'm heading with it. And see, since we have a pinstripe, we don't want it to be the exact size of the opening. We want to fudge it just a little bit. I'm going to use the pointed end. Now, you may not run into this issue, and if you don't, then God bless you, because it's a pain sometimes. But that's close enough. So we'll change this to black. And you guys might be thinking this, and if you are, that's good. That's very small things that's going to pop out, so you don't really have to worry about that. But now what we're going to do is go back to your left side. We're going to start throwing in some yellow. And we're going to use the circle part and make it yellow, like a bright yellow. And what I'm going to do is just barely, I'm going to go below where the white starts, just so the yellow just barely pokes out around it. I'm going to put this behind, whoops, behind both. So you can see the yellow fades into the white as well as the orange. It gives it a neat little effect. So we're going to copy this and put it on the hood. Now, with this, you don't have to go in a straight line across the hood. You can work this around wherever you want the yellow to be. You can make it smaller. You can change it to a lighter hue. You can do whatever you want to do. So right now I'm just going to work it around. I'm going to try and make this match up a little bit right there. And now I'm going to put it some right up in here. Now when it gets to a point like this where it's taking up a lot of space, I'll go ahead and turn the opacity down a little bit. That way it's not a perfectly yellow sphere you see shooting up into the orange. I'm going to spin this around a little bit. Put one there. Move this around, and let's do the same thing. Put a little bit there, put a little there, move it around, and put some about there. And you can even come up here and make it really small, not that small, good heavens, about like that. And the smaller you make it, the lower you want the opacity to be. So you can just make it real small and just put some yellow around the drips, or whatever you want to call these. And sometimes that doesn't look quite right, and sometimes it looks pretty good. And it doesn't look bad, so I'm just going to place a few of them randomly around. But what you want to make sure is you don't have something like that and have it hanging over into the black, because that looks terrible. But like I said, I'm just going to go around and place some of these in here. Like right there, I placed a few in a row, give it a darker area. And if you don't like the look of the random yellow in there, that's fine, you don't have to worry about it. Delete that last one. But all these, I'm going to do like I did on the left side. I'm going to copy them all, delete them, and put them under the white parts. So, and there's the hood done. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to copy this one, bring it to the left side, put it down, and now you can kind of put the yellow fade wherever you want here. I'm going to put a big one across the bottom. I'm going to change or crank up the opacity a little bit so it stands out. I'm only doing that because it's at a lower part of the car and it's going to be shadowed and look darker, so I need to give it a little bit more to pop out. I'm just going to do a broad sweep around the bottom of the car, around the bottom of the flames. And then after that, I'm going to copy and put another one right on top of it. And I'm going to change the color to white. And you could leave it right there, but I'm going to move it down a little bit so you see a lot more yellow before the white coming up. And so you kind of have another blended effect there. But I'm going to go to this side and just insert it all to the left or right. Get rid of the stuff we already had, and now you've got identical. And that is a pretty good looking fade. Now obviously if you wanted to, you could do the same thing with the white as we did the yellow to not make it look straight across, but just for the sake of time I made it go straight across. But you guys get the general idea. Like if you wanted to do white that wasn't straight across, you'll just do basically what you did, but just with a different shape. But honestly, you'd probably use a circle and just get a radius of white so it's not straight across, it has a bend to it, and then build off of it like we did the yellow, and then do your yellow on top of that. It makes it look a little bit more realistic. But just so I don't make this video 45 minutes long, I'm just going to do it this way. But that's basically all there is to it. And now you are a blending master. Not really. It takes a long time to get very good at this, and I'm not claiming to be very good. I think I just have a certain process that I think is easy to do. That's all. So, but alrighty, I guess that's it. So if you guys liked what you enjoyed, if you guys enjoyed what you saw here, hit the like and or subscribe button. Either one would be great. Heck, hit them both. That's cool with me. And then if you're feeling really great, go ahead and hit the share button and tell all your friends about it. That'd be like cool or whatever. Yeah. But if you're feeling really different, you can go to Twitter and look me up at LemonDrop14E. I don't know why I was talking weird there. I was really looking at something on my car. The blue Trans Am logo threw me off for a second. But anyway, yeah, you can look me up on Twitter. I don't do much on there, but then I mean not much at all. I generally use it to follow more YouTube people or general video game stuff. So if you want to follow me and see what I retweet, then hop on there and follow me. But that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.